Hello and welcome to this free seminar that I'm putting on. If you're joining me live, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. And if any of you guys are listening to the recording, because I am recording this, I want to say thank you to you guys as well. And drop me a message and say that you've actually listened to it, which would be great. So, yes, I want to get cracking straight into it and no holds barred. I don't want anybody to hold anything back. I want you to come and play at 100%. So, I'm going to share my screen. We're going to share this bad boy. Let's go. Cool. So, 3 steps to breaking free from feeling stuck and building a life that you love. So essentially, I wanted to make this to inspire other people to change their mindset and really action those mindset changes along the way. And it's the sooner you start that, the sooner results start coming. And I'm proof of that. And you'll find out more why. You'll find out more why throughout this webinar, don't you worry. So here's three things that you should expect to learn. So expect to learn 3 common reasons why people feel stuck, proven strategies to create more clarity and momentum, and how to take action and live in alignment with your vision. And I'm going to open it up to Q&A. And if you aren't here, if you're listening to the recording, drop me a message and ask me a question. I want to get challenged. And it's fun, right? Plus, you get a lot of value out of it. So let me know, chuck a one in this chat if this sounds like you're unsure of your next steps in life, like moving forward in terms of like career, relationships, and whatever that might feel like. You also feel like you're going through the emotions, really feeling lost, without any purpose in your life. And you've tried to change, but nothing seems to like stick, you know? Let me know if that resonates. Anyway, moving on. So here's a little bit about my story if you don't know who I am. So, or where I've been. So, like it says, I've been there for years. I feel like I'm a rotisserie chicken, just rolling round, repeating the same patterns, and I really felt stuck in a cycle of doubt, and it really was starting to get to me, and it was really frustrating. Like I got into some really bad habits along with that, and I really felt a societal pressure to just like fit in with the normies. But in essence, it left me questioning who I am or who I was. And I was really disconnected to my true self. And it wasn't until I discovered through personal development and self-help the 3 steps that really changed and actioned that change in my life. So I want to bring you along with me for the ride. So here's why this happens, okay? A lot of us feel stuck because we lack clarity about who we are and what we actually want. Um, a lot of us feel stuck because we're letting limiting beliefs hold us back. And our negative self-talk really does play a big part in holding us back. We don't take consistent action towards an aligned path. So consistent and aligned action towards that one goal that you really, really want. And if you don't know what that goal is, don't worry, we'll figure it out. Another thing that people feel stuck with, or why they feel stuck, is because they're letting fear drive them and they hold on to the things that are no longer like for them or aligned to them, like truly aligned to them, like who they are as people. Here's the solution. To create a life you love, you first need to get clear on who you are and what you truly want. Like I've said. So here's a bit of an activity. Um, in your notepad with a pen and paper, I want you to jot down a moment or jot down something that correlates to these questions. So who am I outside of my job? Because a lot of people describe themselves as, oh, hey, I'm Lewis, I'm a personal trainer, which is me for ages, and not actually like who I was. Like, I'm a nice, kind, caring, affectionate, loving person, you know? So who are you? What do I value most in life? Now, this question could be family, friends. I'm sure maybe a lot of people would have family and friends that they value. They value friendships, loyalty, trust, that sort of thing. So, what do you value most? And what would make, what would be my dream day? What would it look like to you? Write that down. And I want you to be really descriptive with the last question, down to you're waking up. What do you smell? What are the sheets like? Is there birds outside? Is there someone bringing you breakfast in bed? That kind of thing. So I'll give you a moment, jot that down, or pause the recording. So here's an example from one of my previous clients. So one of my clients, Sarah, she was very stuck in a corporate job and she really hated it. She was a high-end lawyer. Um, so once she got clear on her values, which were freedom, creativity, and adventure, she really started taking steps towards building her life that aligned with those values. And today she's running her own business. She realized the corporate job did not work for her. She was miserable. She got into some really terribly habitual cycles, and it was just really causing her a lot of grief and a lot of pain. And now she is running her own business and traveling the world along with that, which is amazing. And yeah, shout out to Sarah. So let's speak about limiting beliefs. Okay, so limiting beliefs is that little voice in your head that keeps you small. It's actually trying to help you survive. So that little voice in your head can be good, but also mostly bad. Okay, so what I mean by that is when we were in the Stone Age, our brains used to just say, oh, we can't do that because we're going to get killed because there's bigger, scarier things that really want to eat us. So we can't do that because we know we'll die. So, ergo, what, 2000 years, whatever it is, to now, that still plays a prevalent role in our heads where we think that we can't do something, but we actually can. So we talk ourselves out of doing that thing that we really want to do because we're scared of playing small, or we could be scared of playing small. All right. So that voice takes over and says, nope, it's unfamiliar. We can't do that. So what I want you to do is identify and reframe some of these limiting beliefs. So write down one of the limiting beliefs that you might have. Okay. So one of them is for me, I know that I struggle with my own self-belief. So it's I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to do this or do that or be enough for someone else. And after you've done that, what I want you to do is come back and reframe it into a powerful statement. Okay. So for example, like I said, I'm not good enough then becomes I'm capable and I'm deserving of success. So again, I'll pause it for people on the recording. I'll pause it again, or you pause it. I'll give you a minute to jot this down. Okay, so now you've done that. This is where the real work starts. So clarity and mindset shifts are super powerful, but they're useless without action. Okay, so it's easy enough to say the thing that you're going to do, but it's harder to actually take the action to do the thing that you're going to do. One small step. Okay, so this is the one small step method. What is one small step that you can take today to move closer to your dream life? Okay, so remember that dream life that you wrote down at the very start. What was it? What did that dream life look to you? What did it look like? Okay, so what is the one actionable thing that you can do today to then lead you in an upward trajectory? I can't say the word trajectory to then align yourself with that dream life while still living in alignment with your values. Write it in the chat or again, message me. I want to hear from you guys. Okay, now you've done that. Unreal. What I want you to do is really remember that consistency is key to achieving anything. Okay. From interviewing business owners and millionaires, what I've discovered is that it takes 4 to 6 years to build anything good, and then upwards of 10 years to make something great. And that's consistency, driving, doing the same old things day in, day out, learning, failing. Failure is the best lesson that you could ever get because it teaches you more, both for the good and the bad. It teaches you what not to do next, and it teaches you what can I do better next time I go and do said thing. So big changes come from small, little, consistent steps. Okay, if you say that you're going to do something, then just back up your word and go and do it. Okay. Action creates momentum. Momentum creates transformation. Just hold that in your head. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And I've just realized I've spelt that wrong. Cool. All right. So I want to lead into part of my coaching. Okay. So if you're ready to learn and take this deeper and really transform your life and really make that change that you've been craving, I want to invite you to join my coaching program. It's called Project You. And what this is going to do, what I'm offering is 4 weeks of one-to-one calls, comprehensive modules on clarity, mindset, and taking action along those steps. I give you worksheets, resources, and homework to do every single week after our coaching call. Bearing in mind, our coaching calls last from an hour and a half to 2 hours every time. So I've made the modules. Everybody that's went through them at the moment says they're fantastic. I haven't had any bad feedback, so that's great. But please, if you feel like there's feedback, please, I will take it. I am open to criticism. I love it. So, what I want to offer as well, actually, before I go on to the Q&A, is all of that offer there. So your 4 weeks of one-to-one coaching calls, your comprehensive modules, worksheets, resources, homework, alongside just driving you to be the best version of yourself. Usually I'm selling these programs for $1,200, but today, for you, it's down to $400. $100 a week. Again, if you're from the UK, it's £50 a week, essentially. £200 a month for a comprehensive program which could potentially change your life, which will change your life. What am I on about? It's not going to potentially, it is going to change your life. So drop me a message privately, please, if you're interested, and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so Q&A. If you are listening to the recording, please write down all your questions and let me know, and I will be more than happy to answer them. However, I think everybody's been a little quiet and we don't have any questions, which is okay by me. Actually, it's not. I like questions and I like to answer. So anyway, that's enough about me. I hope you learned something. Peace and love.